Many of you keep asking me, what do you eat, man? What's your diet like? How do you get your calories? How do you get your nutrients? All that sort of stuff. And I've always kind of said to you guys, I eat exactly what you guys eat. I don't have any special diet or requirements or anything like that. I stick with fresh food as much as possible. I try to avoid the junk. And so I thought this morning I'll show you exactly what I ate in the morning. The only thing that's missing is bacon. We don't have bacon this morning. We've run out, but it's going to be basically egg, bacon, baconless, on some bread and cottage cheese. That's pretty much 90% of the time that I eat breakfast. I love eggs, I love cottage cheese, I love bacon. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, that's unhealthy food. You're cooking it on this oil, that oil. You need to eat this, you need that. What I've learned with diet is that you will find anybody on the web, you will find any expert, you will find any big channel, anywhere talking about crap about a certain food. Just the other day, I heard somebody talk about how oats is really bad, how cereals are really bad to have in the morning. I grew up listening to people tell me that cereal is the best thing to eat in the morning. So, I've taken it upon myself to basically think about what my grandmother ate, what my grandfather ate, what my parents ate. My grandmother made it to 80 plus years of age. And she ate fat, she ate butter, she ate ghee, she ate all the stuff that I grew up hearing that was really, really bad. And I remember having these conversations with them saying, this is not good for your heart, this is not good for this is good for that. And then later on, I kind of started learning that, wait a minute, these things are shifting constantly. They're constantly shifting. Now, sugar is a really bad thing. Fats are not. Oh, there's different kinds of fat. I'm going to try and eat how my ancestors have eaten for a very, very long time. And I think that the science that comes out can get a little bit hard to understand because one study opposes exactly the other study and it's just crazy. So I'm going to go back to what my family has eaten, and we've freaking eaten eggs and cheese and bread forever. So we're going to continue to do that. So I'll show you how I do it. I'm not any special chef or anything. This is just basic stuff, but I'll show you how I make breakfast for myself and my kids. Simple as that. Nothing else to it. I don't even know how this video is going to turn out because I frankly don't even know what the angles are like. I've got my little stand here. Oh, maybe this is it. And let's go. This is pretty much every single day the same thing. So what I do, I heat up the pan before I put the oil in. I don't know where I heard that, but I heard that you heat up the pan to somewhat, I don't know how many degrees or whatever, but you heat it up a little bit, then you put the oil, and then after that, you let the oil kind of warm up a bit, and then you put your eggs. And that's basically it. That's literally the secret. Now, in terms of weighing food, in terms of knowing how many calories, how much protein, how much carbs, I don't care. Honestly, I do not care. I feel like if you're into the bodybuilding kind of world and you're trying to, recomposition, maybe that should be your concern. But in my mind, I feel like a lot of these things, we have inbuilt systems into this. Like we've evolved. Like you are not the first human being. Like you've been living. Your genes have been living for a very, very long time. This is an evolution. And so you get hungry, you crave different things, and a lot of these things are based upon what you need. And so when you feel full, you stop. Simple as that. That's how I look at it. And I'm not obese. I'm not a humongously overweight person. And then after that, I try to move a lot. I squat every day, right? And so this is how I think about it. I feel like it's such a bad relationship with food if you start to weigh everything. To me, it's like, if I want to eat it, I'll eat it, man. And then month to month, you kind of see your body composition, you take your top off and you're like, okay, looks like I put a bit more kilos on. I don't feel the greatest. I'm not sleeping the best. I'm bloated or whatever. And you kind of adjust on the fly. That's how I look at it anyway. Like I'm not crazy about, this is 1 extra gram of protein that you need, blah, 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 blah. This is how much you're absorbing. A lot of these things are like, I don't know. You're going to hear me whinge about science and whinge about science's impact on people's lives. It's like, I'm a fan of thinking about these things. I'm a fan of discussing these things. But you're not a robot, man. Like, I don't know. How can you love something where you are measuring every little thing? You know, it's like, anyway. That's how I think about it. How many eggs do I have? So I've got 2 kids. Usually 5 eggs is plenty. Probably every morning if my kids are at school or wherever, you know, I can eat 3 eggs in the morning. If I'm really, really hungry, I'll eat 4. But you'll see in a second that like it's not just the eggs. Like I put the bread down, eggs on top, and then cottage cheese. So, you know, there's a lot of calories there. And so, I don't know. I know there's a lot of guys out there who are like, oh, I eat freaking 25 eggs. Well, whatever. I don't know what that means. Like, do you eat the eggs? I don't know. Maybe if you just eat the eggs, you know, you need more. But I don't know. There was also a time where people talked about drinking the eggs. I remember telling my mum one day, you know, I want to start drinking the eggs. This is like when I was 16, you know, when you kind of hear about these guys. And then I quickly learned that the eggs that we get here, you know, are not the greatest eggs. Well, I dropped a piece in. They're not the greatest eggs. Like maybe like if you live in a farm, like where back when my grandma was, you know, that can kind of make sense, you know, because you kind of know what's going on. But now with the questionable production of these eggs, even if you buy them free range or whatever, it's not, I don't know. So that's 5 eggs right there. And so the next thing is salt. Now, salt is one of these things that is also highly debated. How much salt do you need? I rarely add salt to anything my wife cooks. I mean, she cooks most of the meals anyway. I just make breakfast, you know, when she's at work. Actually, sometimes when she's home as well. I like the way I make eggs. She likes to overcook them a little bit, and I'm not a fan of that. I like them runny a little bit. Salt is one of these things that you need to be very, very careful with because it can basically ruin your blood pressure, it can make your kidneys work harder, you retain more fluid. So, you know, very, very basic science, water follows salt. So if you consume a lot of salt, you're gonna hold a lot of water that you drink. Why is that bad? Well, you know, you're gonna have a larger circulating volume. And why is that bad? Well, the more volume you have in your system, the higher your blood pressure is gonna be. You can just imagine, like, let's say I've got 6 liters of blood in my system right now. 6-7 liters, that's kind of the average kind of amount of blood we have running in our system if you're 80 or 100 kilo man, something like that. I don't know, there's formulas to work this out. So if you start to eat lots and lots of salt, you're gonna retain more and more fluid, and maybe that 7 liters becomes, I don't know, 7.5 liters. I know it's probably crazy to think that, but it's not gonna be that much. But you know, these things kind of creep up over time, and then all of a sudden you have a situation where you've got high blood pressure. I've seen people, you know, around me who, before even tasting their food, they will freaking put the salt on. So they'll grab the salt, you know, they have a plate, and they'll like before even tasting it, like. And you build a tolerance to that, right? Like, you know, just like anything, you know, if you gave a Snickers bar to a caveman, you know, some 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, he's gonna be like, whoa, that's really sugary. But now if you give any average person a Snickers bar, like, it's nothing, it's not even sweet. So even sweetness, you develop tolerance to it. Anyway. So this is where a lot of people like, well, I have a protein shake for breakfast. It's like, man, this takes 2 seconds to have like a proper nutritious meal, eggs, right? It's not hard to prepare. Prepare the freaking thing. Like I always say to people, man, like, okay, you know, protein powder takes 2 seconds. This takes 5 minutes, and you're eating a proper meal. Like this is 100 times better than any protein powder you're ever freaking gonna consume. Now, what I usually do when I have everything that I need is that I put the bacon in first without any oil or anything. Flip them around a few times, get them nice. And then I put bread on the plate, put the bacon down on top of the bread, and then I put the egg on top of that, and then a dollop of cottage cheese, and then we sit down and eat. I kind of divvy up everything between the kids and myself, and that's pretty much the, oh my God, it's already 10 minutes. Shit, time flies. Anyway, so this is the plate, this is what I'm working with. I feel like I'm a master chef, but I'm a complete scrub. I don't know anything about cooking. This is like as basic as anything, and this is why I feel weird talking about this, because there's people in my life who really like to cook and really know how to cook, and they're gonna pay me out for days after seeing this shit probably, because I'm shit. But anyway, here we go. This is what I do. And this is the thing with food, like it's so personalized. My kids love this, and this is one of the reasons why I prepare it all the time. They love it. They call this yaya is sauce, which basically means egg and sauce. And so I made it one day and they're like, Dad, yaya sauce, we love it. And so this is what it is. Bread down like this. Sometimes I'll lay it on, like if there's more like this little piece, no one freaking eats this, so I put it in the middle like that. I better turn this off soon, I think. Sometimes we get eggs from my grandma's, their grandma's house, so my mother-in-law's house. She's got chickens at home. So when we get those chickens, you can't freaking cook them, man. It's so much more difficult to cook. So then I have to flip them a few times, and I don't really know if these eggs are her eggs or shop's eggs. So I might just flip it one more time. It's interesting how when chickens actually live like a proper life and they're not caged. Well, they say it's free range in the shop, but who knows what they're doing. It's so hard to cook, man. Like it's unreal. I've had people go back home overseas, and they're like, get this up. And they're like, man, I had went over back home to the village and I had chicken over there. And the chicken tastes different over there because those chickens that, we see on the farm, I'll just turn this off. I don't know, maybe they're a little older, maybe they're more muscular. I don't know what it is, but the chicken tastes different and it takes longer to cook. Same with the eggs. When you have a chicken that runs around free and eats normal food and not just freaking formula, it's harder to cook their eggs. It's unreal, man. But anyway, I don't know what these are, but I think they're all right. Okay, so where are we at now? This is the masterpiece. So then you just grab this baby and you just whack it on, man. Look at all those gains. I guarantee you, if you eat this every single day, your squat's gonna go up by 20 kilos. I wish I could sell this and make millions and millions of dollars out of this, because this is the true secret, right? This is what the standard in the industry is like, this is the protein powder that I consume, and it's only $50 a little tub. You have to get this. The reason why people don't say this sort of crap is because you can't sell this shit, unless you have a farm and all of that. So people try and put that nice little tag so they sell a product to make money out of it. I'm telling you what I eat, and you can get it as well from the shops for nothing, basically. Not for nothing, but it's a lot cheaper than the protein powder and all the misinformation that's out there. Anyway, so that's that. Then grab another one of these babies. I love cottage cheese. Oh, this is a freshie, and there you go. We go through quite a lot of these a week. My kids don't particularly like this, but dollop here, dollop there, maybe another little bit. Bang! Oh, look at that, boys. This is the secret to squat every day. All right, now one more step. Oh, here we go. One more step here. Let me go to the fridge. Tomato sauce. No, it's not healthy. No, it's not good. No, it's got nothing to do with tomato sauce. But the moment I put this over the top of that, my kids have a better meal. So it kind of gives them the fun. They love tomato sauce. They love potato chips with tomato sauce. So I put a little bit of this on top, and sometimes I do like a little smiley face like this, and they love it. There you go. Anyway, this is just, if I'm not eating with my kids, I wouldn't be putting a freaking smiley face on it. But anyway, it makes it interesting for them, and they get more out of the meal. Anyway, that's it. Put that back. put this back. Like I said in yesterday's video, man, like I said in yesterday, oh, you can probably see the squat rack from here. Can you see the squat rack from here? So the squat rack is somewhere there. Actually, let's get a little closer. This is the good thing about having a. Oh, can you see it? This is the good thing about having your own home gym. That every single time I come into the kitchen, I perv on the squat rack, and I love it. So that is it. I was going to say something else, but I forgot. I can't remember what I was going to say. As soon as I saw the squat rack, it's like seeing the love of your life. You kind of lose what you're going to say. Anyway, oh yeah, that's right. So yesterday I was talking about how I disagree with any sort of protein powder, supplements, all this sort of crap. You don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it. I don't use it. No, I'm not a world-class athlete. I have not won any competitions. I have not won the Olympic freaking gold medal or anything like that. But even if I took all that crap, maybe a marginal increase of performance at the risk of polluting my body with rubbish. This is powder that's been sitting on a shelf for God knows how many years. It is rubbish. Get yourself some of this goodness. Eat this instead of chugging down some rubbish, and you'll be healthier and stronger and happier. All right, guys, I'm gonna get the kids in here. We're gonna eat, and then the next thing you see from me is, I reckon I'll be doing bench press. All right, guys, catch you in the next clip.